Welcome all of you to the chemistry online classes. So in our last class we have discussed regarding the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Okay, delta x into delta p which is equals to or greater than h upon 4 pi. That is the mathematical expression for the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. So there we have solved one of the example, and one more example I have chosen here. A microscope using a suitable photon is employed to locate an electron in an atom within a distance of 0.1 angstrom, and what is the uncertainty involved in the measurement of its velocity. They have utilized, they want to make an electron to get inside the atom. So, what distance they are moving? At a distance, within a distance they are moving at a distance of 0.1 angstrom, and the question is find out the uncertainty involved in the measurement of its velocity. It means delta V there we need to calculate. So, here we have, according to the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, delta x into delta p which is equals to or greater than h upon 4 pi, but here you should take it is equals to while solving the problems. So, we know that P is nothing but product of the M and V. So, let us consider this one as delta x into M into delta V. Yes or no? P is nothing but product of the M and V which is equals to h upon 4 pi, and the question is we need to find out delta V. So, delta V is equals to h upon 4 pi into this M you can send here and into delta x. Are you getting? So, value of the h is 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 34 divided by 4 as it is, and here it is 3.142, that is the value of the pi, and M, that is the mass of an electron is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. Here we are talking about the electron, means you should take the value of the mass of the electron value, that is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31, and delta x is what? The change in the, or uncertainty in the position, that is nothing but at a distance. So, you should consider delta x as a 0.1. It is in terms of the angstrom. So, you need to convert that in terms of the meter. So, multiply this angstrom by 10 to the power minus 10. Are you getting? The question is they have moved an electron within a distance of 0.1 angstrom and they asked you, it means that is position they are telling, delta x they have said, but we need to find out the uncertainty in the velocity. So, we know that delta x into delta p is equals to h upon 4 pi, and the delta x is equals to keep as it is, while delta p is equals to m into delta v, and momentum is the product of m and v as you know. And then you can separate out the term delta v here. So, if you separate out the term delta v, what else remain? H upon 4 pi m into delta x, and then you can substitute the value of the h, you can substitute the value of the pi, and the m value already you know, that is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31, and then delta x it is given in terms of the angstrom, that you need to convert in terms of the meter. So, I have multiplied this as a 10 to the power minus 10. So, if you calculate this one, it will be around 5.79 into 10 to the power 6 meter per second. So, if you simplify this one, you are going to get the answer at an around 5.79 into 10 to the power 6 meter per second. So, velocity meter per second. Clear? So, this is how we can explain regarding the Heisenberg uncertainty principle and some of the problems which are related to the that principle. And here significance of the uncertainty principle quite that is it means the uncertainty principle can be applicable to the microscopic objects, but it is negligible for the macroscopic objects, which are microscopic object. For those this principle can be able to applicable, while for the macroscopic objects we cannot accept, or we cannot say that it is very negligible. This principle is negligible. So, the significance, it is significant only for the motion of the microscopic objects. Keep in mind, it is significant only for the motion of the microscopic objects, but negligible, but it is negligible for the macroscopic objects. And one more thing, little points they have given that I am covering. No, reasons for the failure of the Bohr's atomic model. We know that many drawbacks in the Bohr's atomic model, okay, and what are the reasons for the drawback of the or failure of the Bohr's atomic model? Here, that Bohr's atomic model does not consider regarding the dual behavior of the matter. It does not consider the matter can able to behave like a particle, even it can behave like a wave. Okay, and it does not consider the dual character, it only consider one of the character, then it applicable means that is why it is failed. And even Heisenberg uncertainty principle is ruled out, there we cannot able to apply in case of the Bohr's atomic model. So, the Bohr's atomic model could not concentrate on these points, because regarding the dual behavior of the matter it does not consider, and even regarding the Heisenberg uncertainty principle it does not consider, and these are the two reasons why the failure of the Bohr's atomic model can able to occur. So, this is how we can explain regarding the reasons for the failure of the Bohr's atomic model. I hope so it is clear, little small points just to remember that. Next, so here is the one of the important model, that is quantum mechanical model of an atom. Quantum mechanical model of an atom. So, before going to the model, you need to know what is quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics. So, quantum mechanics is the branch of the science which deals with the study of the motion, which deals with the study of the movement of the microscopic objects, which are microscopic objects, and those microscopic objects can possess both particle and wave properties. Are you getting my point? What is quantum mechanics? Quantum mechanics is the branch of the science which deals with the motions of the microscopic objects which carry or which possess both wave and particle like properties. That is, it accounts for the dual behavior of the matter. We can able to say it accounts for the dual behavior of the matter. And this quantum mechanics was developed by the scientist Heisenberg as well as Schrödinger. So, Schrödinger plays a very important role. These are the two scientists or chemists who worked on this quantum mechanical model. And then the scientist Schrödinger, he gave the fundamental or the basic equation for the quantum mechanics was developed, which even includes the dual character of the matter. Okay. So, that fundamental equation for a system, that is, that fundamental equation is this one. For a system that may be atom or molecule, the Schrödinger wave equation, can be given as H cap. It can be read as H cap. H cap psi is equals to E into psi. What is H cap? H cap is just a mathematical operator. It is a mathematical operator called as Hamiltonian. It is called as Hamiltonian. Okay. And it is just a mathematical operation, where psi, this psi is the wave function of a system, and then E is the total energy. E is the total energy. It includes both the kinetic energy of all the subatomic particles like nuclei and electron and all whatever subatomic particles are there. It includes the kinetic energy of those subatomic particles, and even it includes the electrostatic potential energy like force of attraction, force of repulsion, all those are the electrostatic potential energy. And if we solve this fundamental basic equation, means the solution of the equation gives E and psi values. The solution of the equation gives E and psi value. And the scientist, this Schrödinger, he solved this equation. He solved this equation for the hydrogen atom. For the hydrogen atom. The solution, he solved that, this equation is solved by the scientist for the hydrogen atom. He got the solution, and that solution gives possible energy levels where the electron can occupy. So, we know that this is positively charged nucleus, electron will going to occupy, and by solving this equation for the H atom, he got the solution where the possible energy levels, these are nothing but energy levels only, orbits are energy levels only, those energy levels where the electron can occupy. This was explained by the scientist Schrödinger. So, see here, quantum mechanics is the branch of the science which deals with the study of the motion of the microscopic object which possess or which having wave and particle properties. And then that is, it accounts for the wave and particle properties, nothing but dual character or dual behavior of the matter, and this quantum mechanics was developed by the scientist or chemist called as Heisenberg and Schrödinger, and the Schrödinger gave a fundamental quantum mechanics equation, that is H cap psi is equals to E psi. This is applicable for a system, okay, where H cap is the mathematical operator called as Hamiltonian, where psi is the wave function of a system and E is the total energy. And this total energy includes kinetic energy of all subatomic particles, and even it includes the electrostatic potential energy. Okay. And if we solve this equation, the solution of the equation gives E and psi value. The solution of the equation gives E and psi value, and then when we solved, when the Schrödinger equation is solved for the hydrogen atom, when the Schrödinger equation is solved for the hydrogen atom, we got the solution, and that solution gives different possible energy level. That solution gives the possible energy level. In the energy level, what will occupy? Electron will going to occupy. That was given by the, that is the solution we got for solving this equation for the H atom. So, here we said that the solution for the hydrogen, this when the Schrödinger equation is solved for the H atom, we will going to get the solution which gives the possible energy levels. Possible energy levels where the electron can able to occupy. And here these quantized energy state and corresponding wave functions are characterized by 3 sets of the quantum number. So, whatever the quantized energy state and corresponding wave functions, because we got the value of the psi there, we got the value of the energy E, we said that the solution is E and psi. So, we got the quantized energy state and corresponding wave function, and these are characterized by the 3 sets of the quantum numbers. And those 3 sets of the quantum numbers are principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number and magnetic quantum number. So, do not worry about what are quantum numbers, why those are named. In one more class, we will discuss the whole concept regarding the quantum numbers only. So, just you remember, so here while solving the Schrödinger equation for the H atom, we got the solution for different energy levels, and these quantized energy state and their corresponding wave function characterized by the 3 sets of the quantum number, which those are principal, azimuthal and magnetic quantum number. And one more point, when an electron in any energy state and wave function corresponding to that energy state contains all the information about the electron. Suppose an electron present in any energy state and the energy state corresponds to the wave function. Are you getting my point? So, electrons are different energy state ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರ್ತಾವ್ರಿ. ಆ energy state ಎದಕ್ಕೆ corresponds ಇರ್ತಾವ್ರಿ? ಅದರ wave function ಗೆ correspond ಇರ್ತಾವು. So, ಅದು ಏನು indicate ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ? Complete electron ಬಗ್ಗೆ information ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತೈತಿ. So, ನೋಡ್ರಿ, when electron in any energy state, electron ಯಾವುದೇ energy state ಒಳಗಿದಾಗ the wave function corresponding to that energy state ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರಿಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥ ವೇವ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್, ಈ ವೇವ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನು ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ ಅಥವಾ ಏನು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೈತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಕಂಟೈನ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್, the probability of finding the electron. So, probability we can able to find. So, the probability of finding the electron in the region. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು atom ಒಳಗ electron, here electron will going to be revolve around the nucleus. This probability of finding the electron at a point within the atom is proportional to psi square at that point. So, atom ಸುತ್ತ electrons revolve ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತಾವೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ electron find out ಮಾಡೋದು, the probability of finding the electron is proportional to psi square. psi ಅಂದ್ರೆ wave function, ಅದರ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಸಿಗ್ತಾವೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಐಡಿಯಾ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಬೈ ದ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಮ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಒಂದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಮ್ಯಾನರ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಮ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್. What are the features of the quantum mechanical model? So let us discuss the points one by one. Here, the energy of an electron in an atom is quantized. That is only only have the specific value. The energy of an electron in an atom is quantized. It means energy is having the particular value or specific value. That's why the energy of an electron in an atom is quantized. It means one specific value it has. So this is the first point. And second point, the existence of quantized electronic energy level. I said it, there is a energy levels and these energy levels are quantized because electrons are settled there. The existence of these quantized electronic energy level is due to the wave properties of electrons, due to the wave properties of electron which allows and is allowed for the solution of the Schrödinger wave equation. So, ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಸ್ ಅದಾವ್ರಿ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಸುತ್ತ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ್ರ, these quantized electronic energy levels are existing due to what? Due to the wave properties of electron. And even we got the solutions of the Schrödinger wave equation. That's why there is a existence of quantized electronic energy levels. So atoms ಸುತ್ತ ಇಲ್ಲೇನು energy levels ಹೇಳತ್ತಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ ನಿನ್ನೆ, n is equals to 1, n is equals to 2, all these are the energy levels. Yes or no? Those are quantized means its energy is in a specific value. ಆ ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಇರ್ತಾವಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ವೇವ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್. ಈವನ್ ಸ್ಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗರ್ ವೇವ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗೂ ನಮಗೆ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಸಿಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಈ ಕ್ವಾಂಟೈಸ್ಡ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ವಿ ನೋ ದಟ್ it is not possible to find out simultaneously the exact position and velocity. We cannot able to predict the position and velocity, the exact position or exact velocity simultaneously, but the probability of finding electron at different point in an atom is determined. The probability, we cannot able to find out exact position as well as exact velocity at the same time, but the probability can be possible. The probability of finding the electron at a point, at the different points in an atom is possible. And here an atomic orbital is a wave function psi for an electron in an atom. So atomic orbital is nothing but the space. Atomic orbital, orbit is different, orbital is different. Okay, atomic orbital is the space where there is a finding of electron is possible. So what is the point? Atomic orbital is a wave function psi. Atomic orbital is represented by the wave function psi, which is for an electron in an atom. Okay, are you getting my point? Atomic orbitals andra electron find out maduvanta reason ge atomic orbital antivi. Orbit andra electron revolve aguanta pathway ge orbit antivi. So illi ಏನು point andra one atomic orbital wave function psi ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ. ಎದರದ್ರಿ for the electron the characteristic ಅಥವಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ existence ಇರ್ತೈತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. And one more thing, in multi electron atoms orbitals are filled by the electron in the order of increasing energy. So ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರೇಷನ್ ಬರೆಯೋದು ಕಲಿಸುವಾಗ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ರೀ. ಸೊ ಒಂದರಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಆಟಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ 3 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಅಥವಾ 4 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಅದಾವ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ತಗೋತೀರಿ, 1s ತಗೋತೀರಿ, 1s2 ಬರೀತೀರಿ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 2s2 ಬರೀತೀರಿ. 1s ಆದಮೇಲೆ 2s ಯಾಕೆ ಬರಾಕತ್ತೀವ್ರಿ? ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ 1sಗೆ ನಾನು 2s ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ, ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನು ಮಲ್ಟಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಒಂದರಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಈ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ಸ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಫಿಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವ್ರಿ? ಈ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ಸ್ ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ಯಾರು? ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್. ಅದು ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಆಫ್ ದರ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗತ್ತವು? ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1sಕಿನೂ 2s ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಐತಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ 1s ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಫಿಲ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತ್ರಿ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 2sಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ಸೈ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಗೊತ್ತೈತಿ. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಸೈ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಪೋರ್ಷನಲ್ ಇರ್ತೈತ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೊಬ್ಯಾಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಫೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ is directly proportional to psi square. This is called as probability density. Psi square ಅನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಪ್ಪ? Probability density ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವ್ರಿ. And this is always positive. It is positive. Square means it is positive. If the psi value is positive means its square also positive. If it is negative, its square also positive. So the probability density is nothing. Psi square is called as probability density. It is always positive. And the last point, from the value of the psi square, if we know the value of the psi square at different points within an atom ಒಳಗಡೆ psi square value ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಪ್ಪ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ psi square value ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಂದ್ರೆ we can able to predict the region around the nucleus where the maximum probability of finding the electron is possible. ಸೊ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಆಟಮ್ ಐತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೇಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್, ಇದು ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಅನ್ಕೋರಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಬ್ಯಾಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಫೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೈ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಗೊತ್ತಾದ್ರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾ ಹೇಳತ್ತಿರೋ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗತ್ತಿ? ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಸೈ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್, ಏನು ಸಿಗ್ತೈತಿ? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೆಡಿಕ್ಟ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ around the nucleus ಸುತ್ತಲೂ ಇರುವಂಥ ರೀಸನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ವೇರ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಪ್ರೊಬ್ಯಾಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಫೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾವ ಏರಿಯಾ, ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಈ ರೀಸನ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ರೀಸನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಪ್ರೊಬ್ಯಾಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಎಲ್ಲೈತತಿ ಎದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಕೈತ್ರಿ? ಆನ್ ದ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಸೈ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ value. So all these are the features of the quantum mechanical model. So this is little important. There is no questions asked on this concept, but it is the basic thing. So you need to remember the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, and then you need to just remember the points what are explained. Just the probability of finding the electron around the nucleus, that is the space, that is orbital. The pathway is orbit. Here we are talking about the wave function psi, and we are talking about the psi square, and then different energy level, Schrodinger wave equation, its a solution. That all the points we have covered. So I hope it is clear for you. If you have any doubts, you can contact me. You can watch the video one more time, you will get all the points. So further concept we will discuss in our next class. Thank you.